All right, so I think maybe his answer is kind of like you failed. You failed. Maybe you're not failures, but you failed. But I like the way he answered it. I like the way he respected Eric. I like the way that he tried to compose himself in a very frustrating time. Jay, what are your thoughts on Giannis's mindset after losing to the play-in 8 seed Heat?
It was so funny because he was furious, like
He was so
absolutely
mad.
He was
He was so
so
mad at the
mad.
question.
he was enraged, and he still provided more perspective than just about anybody would at like in a full moment of calm and serenity. I I think he knows it is a failure. I think he knows they screwed up. They should not have lost to the Heat in the manner that they did. He knows it's a massive disappointment, but it also gave a window into what makes him so great.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that he missed a million free throws in that game 5, which was a big part of the reason why they ended up losing the game. He did not want the ball with a few seconds left when they had the jump ball. Like it was hot potato. He almost threw the damn ball out of bounds because he did not want to shoot free throws. But part of the window into it is like he won't let that stick with it. To him, it's all a part of the process. And he just keeps plugging away and plugging away. And so, like, yes, everyone else can consider it the biggest defeat ever, and he probably does too to some extent. But it's kind of like Jay-Z said, like you can't give him a loss because he turns those into wins. Lessons, baby.
I'm really upset I wasn't the one to quote Jay-Z first on this podcast.
I didn't even quote him. I just paraphrased.
Yeah, you paraphrased.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
A loss ain't a loss, it's a lesson. That's what Hope said.
I can give him a loss. You just lost. You just got your ass kicked by the Heat.
You got 3 in a row L's.
Yeah,
but no, I kind of feel split on this one because I'm a big anti-rings culture type of dude. I hate that we judge these guys purely off of if they win a championship or not, because only one team wins it at the end of the day, and there's so much stuff that goes into winning a championship. But I mean, there's no question if you're the Bucks, the 1 seed, losing to the 8 seed that doesn't have their second leading scorer, and you lose 3 games in a row with Jimmy Butler torching you the way he did, there's no doubt it's a failure. They failed. There's no question about it. But I also respect Giannis for having a perspective to say, we can't sit here and beat ourselves up over this loss. It's a part of our journey. We got to learn from this and use this as a stepping stone to get to our next step in our journey. And I respect that perspective. And I think it's important for all stars to kind of have that perspective to say, okay, when you lose this, you got to find a way to use this, in a way to prepare yourself for the next time. And I think you've seen Giannis throughout his career, that he's dealt with his failures and come back better. We talked about the free throws. He was terrible in this game, but for the most part, he's been much better with his free throws this year because of his past failures at the free throw line. And we can add his jumper onto that, and we can add his inability to beat the Heat in the past. He's done better with that recently. So I think, he's learned from all of this. I think he did a really good job giving perspective when a lot of guys would just snap at Eric and just told him to shut up and go sit down, or bust LeBron and say, hey, I'm going to be me tomorrow and you're going to be Eric Neem.
You still broke.
But
that was it's so
he was
funny
on the verge of doing it.
He was on the verge, man. He was on the
verge.
That was Giannis's version of that. And it's so funny because like at his worst, he just gave valuable life perspective. Whereas LeBron was like, yeah, you guys are just peasants.
You just broke boys. Like, you're not a billionaire like
bunch
me.
Bunch of broke boys asking questions, holding up recorders.
I'm going to go to my yacht. That's what I'm going to do. But one thing to clear up for Giannis, every year Michael Jordan didn't win a championship, he absolutely considered it a failure. Absolutely.
And I think it's okay for Giannis to be like, I don't need to think like Michael Jordan.
I saw his quotes. From after his losses. He was kind of like, yeah, this wasn't our year. I would have loved to win it, but we'll come back next year and try again.
He's good at marketing. Yeah, he's good at marketing. He was also a complete asshole that he hid from people for like 20 years.